A young person graduates from high school, they have their cap, their gown, the handshakes, it's all done. Friday night, he or she is a success story. Somebody's mom cries, grandma's happy, there's cake. Monday morning, this person now has got a checking account they don't understand, a lease with words they've never seen, and a boss they don't know how to communicate with. And a question nobody asked them in 13 years of school. What do you actually want your life to be? The high school graduate has no idea. Nobody ever asked them. There wasn't a unit on it. And we act surprised when they crash. We put graduates in the passing lane before they've mastered the basics. I'm Bryan Orton, and I've taught for over 30 years in alternative education settings, federal prison, and public high schools. And depending on the day and the assessment, when I was in the 9th grade, a freshman in high school, I tested somewhere around the 2nd or 3rd grade reading level. So I've stood on both sides of this, and I've been the kid that they sorted, and I've been the man in the front of the room doing the sorting. Here's the part that should bother you. If a graduate isn't ready for the passing lane, then fine. What are the basics? What do they need to know? What's supposed to come first? Ask that question in a school. Ask that question at the State Board of Education, your curriculum director. Nobody can tell you. There is no list. There's 13 years of school, 12,000 hours, tests, standards, benchmarks, assessments, and there is no list of the things a person actually has to know to run a life. So I made one. 6 questions, not academic subjects, questions. And every one of them decides how life goes. Who am I? Not what you scored, not what they called you, who you actually are, how you're wired, what you're good at, what shuts you down. What am I for? What makes a morning worth getting up for? Why any of it matters? How do I stay close to people? How to be known? How to repair something after you've broken it? How to tell someone the truth without losing them? How do I handle money? What a credit card actually costs? What compounding does? Why the same paycheck ruins one person and builds another? What do I owe? What do I give back? What it means to be useful to somebody besides myself? And the last one, how do I choose? How do I make decisions when both roads look wrong and no one's coming to make it for you? 6 questions. Now, how many of those did you have a class on? How many of them are you still trying to answer today? I've been in school my entire adult life, and I got exactly 0 of those in 13 years of education. And so did you, and so did everybody else watching this. Let me show you what that costs. Walk into any bookstore in America and go to the front tables, the ones the store bets their money on. There's going to be a best-selling book teaching adults how to make a budget. There's one teaching adults how to have a difficult conversation, and there's one teaching adults how to figure out what they want out of their own life. There's one teaching adults how to build a habit, too. That last one, Atomic Habits by James Clear, came out in 2018, and it has sold more than 25 million copies in 60 languages, and it was 5 years straight on the New York Times bestseller list. So 25 million people paid money for a book that explains how to do a small thing consistently. Sit with that for a second. That is not a fringe number. 25 million adults reached into their purse or their wallet because nobody ever taught them how to keep a promise to themselves. And it's not one book. Dale Carnegie wrote a book in 1936 on how to talk to people and has never stopped selling. Dave Ramsey built an entire empire teaching grown adults how to be better with money. Every wellness app, every course, every seminar, every coach. This whole industry exists, and it is an industry. It's enormous. If you look at stats, it's millions, or some say billions of dollars we spend on this a year. And my book sits on that shelf too now. I'm not standing outside of it. This whole industry exists to sell adults what school skipped. It's not a self-improvement industry, it's a repair industry. And here's what nobody says out loud. It's a voluntary one. 25 million people found their way to that book. Millions more never will, though. They'll live the rest of their lives without it and think the problem is them. In the early 90s, I was a student teacher, and I was 23 years old. It was my first real classroom, and I was in over my head every single day. And I heard one of the other kids call another kid a thug. This wasn't an adult, it was another student. And it was just what he said in that moment, what the other kid said about him. And I looked up the word later, and I want to read what it actually means. Thug, a violent, aggressive, or lawless person, especially one who commits crimes like assault or robbery. That's a teenager. That's a kid with a locker, a schedule, somebody at home waiting on them. And I didn't know what his home life was back then. And I knew that his neighborhood was rough, but I don't know what he walked into that building carrying every morning. What I do know is what I heard, and I let it go. I was overwhelmed and over my head, like I said, and I thought there was more pressing issues that day. Or so I thought. 5 or 6 years later, I'm teaching GED in a federal prison. And who walks into my classroom but him? Here's the part that bothers me. He didn't fight the label. He wasn't bitter about it. He'd actually made his peace with it. And he told me, that's just the way it is. That's who I am. Somebody handed him a word in a classroom and in a hallway when he was a teenager, and he carried it all the way to federal prison. And by the time he got there, he thought that's who he was, and it was his. I'm not telling this to you so that you feel sorry for him. I'm telling you because you were one too. Somebody put a label on you early in life. You were the slow one, the gifted one, the difficult child, the quiet one, the lazy person, college material or not college material. And here's the thing about these labels. The person who gave them to you, who handed them to you, probably wasn't being cruel. They were tired, maybe overwhelmed, who knows what, but they weren't thinking about it too much. But that label described a moment in time, and you turned it into a ceiling and a limitation. And you've been driving in that lane ever since. Not because it fits, because it's the one you got put in at 14 by somebody who has forgotten your name by now. You picked a major because of that lane. You didn't apply for a job because of that lane. You stayed in a relationship or you left a relationship because of what somebody said you were worth in 1997. But here's what's true about the lane though. You can change it, but not by accident. It's not going to fall into a different lane, not by hoping, not by drifting into the right lane. You change lanes on purpose. You signal, you check, you commit, one at a time. And you must know what you're steering towards. That's what the 6 literacies are for. Here's the truth. Nobody's coming to teach you this. That window has closed. School had you for 13 years and used them on something else. But it's not too late to learn. It's late, but late is completely a different thing than too late. So start with the first question. Who am I? Not what you were called, not what the test said, who you actually are right now at whatever age you are watching this. Everything else follows from that one, and it always has. If you want to take a deeper dive, I wrote the whole thing down. It's called The Wrong Lane, 6 Literacies Schools Never Taught You, But Life Demands. It's available on Amazon. The link is in the description. Find the right lane, build a life that fits. I have a trailer on this and I'm adding to the end of this video. It's a trailer on the book. It's under a minute. Enjoy it. How would you give a test on love? Grade caring, score loneliness, a rubric for sitting alone 1 hour, no phone. You can't. So we don't teach them. Not slowly, not poorly, not at all. 12 years in a classroom and no one ever asked you who you actually are, what makes you come alive, what the world needs from you. There's a lane you got sorted into, and there's the one you were built for. Identity, meaning, relationships, money, contribution, decision. 6 literacies school never taught you. The Wrong Lane, available on Amazon. Let me show you the way out.